Hello and welcome back to the Marvelous Snapper, where we have the biggest sunspot energy. We aim to make portrait style video for free to play players of Marvel Snap. But everyone is welcome here. Today we've got the balance patch update for early June in 2023, and we've got a few card changes. I just did a whole recording about the patch and stuff, but the audio was bad, and yeah, I'll just decide to make this a lot shorter this time. Spider-Man, basically the same card, but now 5 cost 4 power instead of 4 cost 3 power. The short of it is that it's worse in high Evo lockdown lists, now that you can't have excess energy if you're playing Spider-Man on turn 5 to lock down opponents on turn 6. So cards like Hulk won't get extra buffs, and your other affliction cards based on not spending all your energy won't be working that particular turn. So it makes those decks worse. In terms of affecting Galactus, I don't think it has a huge effect because you're still waving on 3, Galactus on 4, Spider-Man on 5, and then playing your big card on 6, right? Anyways, so that's that. Beast, big change from 2 cost 2 power to 3 cost 4 power. So any of these cost reduction, not cost reduction, but multiple cards per turn, kind of decks such as Bounce want those cards to be as cheap as possible. This means you can't get an early Beast down to get a 0 cost Kitty Pryde early. It means you can't play an early Hit Monkey, pick it back up for some extra points of power, and then slam it down again later. It just makes things a bit more awkward for the deck and takes it down a little peg. The Hood from 1 cost minus 2 power to 1 cost minus 3 power again makes it a little bit better in terms of pushing a Hood to the other side with a Viper, but often those decks are trying to do that with the Void generated from the Sentry anyway. Otherwise, decks that normally play the Hood have a way of getting rid of him. So those decks won't really be affected. It does make Null a tad bit weaker in destroy based lists. Let's say you make a Hood, destroy it with Killmonger or Carnage or something. It does take the Null down by 1 power, and also makes a Shana a bit weaker if you happen to generate the Hood. Rogue is a card that is buffed from a 3 cost 1 power to a 3 cost 2 power. Again, not a significant power buff, but hopefully allows it to see more play in the line of Enchantress, which got a bit more popular with the buff and slightly less popular after the buff was half reversed. Again, Rogue is a bit situational, especially because you're only taking one of the ongoing effects from the opponent's side, and it might not be one that benefits your deck, or might even be a downside in the case of something like Lizard. We got Medusa buff from a 2 cost 2 power with plus 2 power if you played it in the middle location. That's an on reveal effect. Now to plus 3 power, that brings it in line with a, let's say, Lizard power stat at 2 cost 5 power essentially, and hopefully will help Medusa see some play outside of pool 1. That's the update, and we've got a formal patch update coming next week, hopefully with the new mode, the Conquest mode, as well as probably some card change updates. Some people are hoping for a Galactus change, but we'll see. All right, now we're going to talk about some of the progress we've made in the game, and as we surmised yesterday, we were able to reach Infinite this season with actually not too much struggle. Much easier this season, I would say, compared to last season, facing a lot more bots. I'm not sure if that's a consequence of a lot of people already being in Infinite, secondary to the bug that allowed people to start off the season past rank 100 instead of rank 73. So I did face a lot of bots I'm not sure if it was more than last season, but it did feel like there were some bots I was able to farm 8 cube wins from. In addition, the way that Marvel Snap has, or Second Dinner has made ranking up now only requiring 7 cubes to get to the next rank, might have made things a bit easier to get into Infinite as well. Regardless, we'll take the rewards, and we're happy now to play some Conquest mode once it comes out. In my previous recording, I did a little showcase of upgrading a few of my cards. I'm trying to get some inked. I haven't been able to yet. For example, with my Squirrel Girl 4 splits, I've got Mystique with 2 splits. Okay, that's not very significant. Patriot with 4 splits, Debris now with 4 splits, and Kazar with 4 splits, as well as Blue Marvel having 4 splits as well. Once I inked up those cards, I will probably start looking at things like Misty Knight, Shocker, and the Thing as well, because I've got a lot of boosters for them. Because I've played this deck a lot, but I've not upgraded those particular cards. And then I will slowly transition into trying to ink up a high Evo deck. Yeah, so those are the main things I'm looking forward to doing. Actually more excited about that than playing new cards, to be honest. And speaking of which, we've increased our collection level to 1,828, opening a couple of collector reserves that's given us a few cards, Captain Marvel and Dagger, which makes me excited to play a bit of Move as a casual player. There's a deck called Small Moves, or something of that nature, by Mogwai a few months ago, as well as highlighted by Jeff Hoogland. A few months is a huge amount of time in Marvel Snap, so hopefully the deck is still able to perform. But when I saw that deck a while ago, I was very interested in playing it. I'm trying to remember if it had Beast or not, so if it does, this deck probably isn't viable anymore, but I'll have a look and we'll see what we can do. In terms of what my plans are going forward, I've got quite a bit of gold now, 4,300. This bundle was actually not too bad, and if I actually liked the variant, and I actually liked the card back, and I actually liked the avatar and the title, then I would have got this bundle, no doubt. But I don't quite like the flavor of this particular bundle, so I won't be spending it. I mean, only getting credits and not tokens, which some people argue is not that good, but credits is what I need now to increase my collection level, so I can get more cards to play with, essentially. Once I've sort of pulled 3 complete, then tokens becomes more important. So there's a Sandman bundle that's coming out. It's got some collector tokens, a small amount of credits, and a variant. I mean, I'm not really into variants, but it's got a title that I kind of like the flavor of, kind of a joke. Yeah, that's a little fun, in my opinion. In terms of the weekly spotlight, the series 4 and 5 card, I will probably be pinning Thanos, because he's a big bad. Makes sense to spend tokens on him, and it'll be ages before I get access to another card via tokens anyhow. And in terms of the free series 3 card, with the conquest mode coming out, I'm probably going to be putting Dr. Doom in to my decks. Dr. Doom is very flexible as a card. It goes into a lot of decks, control lists, the Patriot particularly, which I am using as a main list. It also goes onto these on-reveal decks, such as with Odin, and also goes into Sandman decks. A very versatile card that can be used in so many decks. I probably will get him as a matter of priority as part of the series 3 card unlock. Alright, and in terms of the decks I'm building, I'm probably going to just be advancing this Patriot deck. We were able to reach Infinite deck without any changes from the last season, but if I can unlock Mysterio, that would be good. Otherwise, Dr. Doom I'll probably slip into here as well. There are variants of the deck created by people who like to play sort of competitive battle mode kinds of things with Iron Lad, Doctor Doom. Obviously, they have Wasp in there as well. Those decks seem to perform well in the competitive setting. We'll see. I don't have Iron Lad, so we're not going to be making that particular variation, but something similar might allow us to get some of the rewards in the conquest mode. Alright, before I do anything else, I would just probably like to play some of the Patriot a little more, because I haven't had a chance to experiment with High Evo yet. And then we can just explain a few of the decisions we make as we play with this deck. Hopefully it can help some new players out, or provide some insight if you're having trouble getting to Infinite and you have a deck a little bit like mine. The Raptors are pretty good. Normally I'd like to play out Mr. Sinister in the 3rd location before things are revealed, because sometimes those locations can be quite terrible, and having some cards there is quite might provide us with some advantage. In this case, we've got a Shuri's Lab. I'm going to play the Shocker there. We don't really have some big cards in this deck. None of these things are good for us. So if they play a card into Shuri's Lab, it will be moved into the Savage Land and we probably lose that location. However, if they don't play anything in Shuri's Lab, that's good. I think it's highly unlikely that they won't. But we'll just try anyway. Oh! Okay. So hopefully we draw the Patriot next turn. That's actually really bad for us. I don't think we ever get to this power level, right? I mean, we probably lost it. No doubt we lost it. Alright. We got Human Torched. Oh, nice. I'm really curious to see how the lockdown lists evolve, whether lockdown will be the most popular high evo deck list, as well as how Beast manages with the new changes.
Opponent snapped.
Kind of will play on the left. Probably. It's not particularly good. We miss out by 1 point of damage. We're not drawing Patriot. Why are we so bad? It actually feels a lot harder now that we've reached Infinite, so I do think that because they messed up with how the ranks worked this season, all the good players were already in Infinite. Hey look, we got our namesake card this game. We got Mr. Sinister and Debris, so hopefully we're able to fill out our slots. Mr. Sinister with Patriot is a potential turn 5. We're already infinite, so
Oh, snap.
might as well snap. Oh no, that's not the other one. That's Camp Lay, right? That has the trumpet sound. This is the one that sounds like a key unlocking something. Oh, that's a bit rude. So we need to play the Patriot in the case it pulls Mystique. And yeah, we're gonna be looking very full very shortly.
Wind, aid my hand.
Shang-Chi is gone. Expansion diff. White Queen. Arrow. Alright, nice Shang-Chi, bro. That's actually kind of bad for us. So what we're gonna do is blue marble. Oh, the Polaris got a buff. Perfect. Hopefully they don't have Enchantress. That'd be a bit of a mild disaster. It's a 3-power ninja, guys. Opponent retreated.
Victory.
So this is some sort of control list. What are the missions we gotta do? Nothing. We did all of them. We did all of the missions. And then after this, I just want to go over what cards we have, what cards we don't have. I think it would be interesting to see. Hey!
Opponent snap.
We got the Medusa, the new card that just got buffed. If we got nothing to do on turn 2, we'll put Medusa mid. 2 cost 5 power is not bad. But it does nothing for our game plan. But it's not bad. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, they snapped. Squirrel go. I can't even play the Medusa. Uh-uh. guess I'll put it here.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it.
It's clobbering time.
I mean, none of these are good options, right? Six. Damn. Mr. Sinister killed us. Alright, it's almost 30 minutes to the video. And we've already played the Patriot the last video, so we won't go over that any longer. So, let's sort this by energy. And I always really like this view because it kind of shows us what we have and what we don't have. We've got a few pool 3 staples here. Pool 5 Nebula is something I really would like to have. Ghost, I think, is a new Series 3, as well as Howard the Duck are still Series 5. Very situational cards. These are all staples. You could probably argue are used in some reasonably good decks. And Baku, probably Cerebro too. Only Snow Guard is never spend your tokens on her. Hitmonkey, very good staple in Sarah list as well as bounce list. Black Widow with the Dark Hawk or bounce list. Psylocke for cheating stuff out, always good option. Goose is pretty good, and it's also an ongoing card as well. Potentially some synergy there. Mojo, fun card, probably don't spend your free unlock on her. Hazmat is good with the Luke Cage and all the high Evo cards. Baron Mordo is set up for Master Mold. Zabu is a fantastic staple that is being gate kept by Second Dinner, unfortunately. Ghost Spider, the new season pass card. Jeff also being gate kept in Series 5. Maharia Hill, cool shield card. That's the only one I got left to get from Series 3. Also good for crafting fun decks that need to use up all the energy per turn. Mysterio, great for our Patriot list, also bounce or Hitmonkey lists as well. Cerebro, fantastic archetype on its own. Brood, good in Cerebro. Sarah Surfer, as well as Patriot. Electro, cheating energy again, always fantastic. Silver Surfer for Sarah Surfer. Juggernaut for Silver Surfer. Sauron for Shuri list. Moon Knight for discard list, as well as the only stats list with Mars Morales stature. Beast Central for the bounce list. Thor, great in the on reveal list, as well as Lockjaw, fantastic to unlock organically, but wouldn't spend your unlock tokens or free unlock on her. Maximus for the Silver Surfer, or control lists, or those Cosmo lists with, let's say, a Tumor or a Destroyer, something like that could be very useful. Mr. Negative, an archetype on its own. very high ceiling, but very inconsistent. Dark Hawk, again being gate kept by Second Dinner, kept in Series 4. Don't know why. Should not be like that. Shuri, very fun card, nerfed, but still good. I want to play her in a Nimrod list or a Kitty Pride list. Super Scroll, very opportunistic, very tech card. Wong, very good for ongoing lists. I want him for the discard collector, but also just on reveal lists like with Odin, Black Panther, Arnim Zola, things like that. White Tiger, Crystal, helping you get your combos out quicker. Dazzler, not worth it, costing too much for too little payoff. Rescue, good value card, wouldn't waste your unlock on her. Shana, just for fun, gets hosed by Killmonger. Omega Red, just for ongoing lists, good, okay lists I guess, but not meta or competitive. Stegron, wouldn't waste your tokens on him, but fun. Drax, another Guardians of the Galaxy that you could unlock, but organically only. Don't waste your unlock. Hellcow, free to play MODOK alternative. Iron Lad, a great card for building a deck around. Iron Patriot seems to be the best one for him at the moment. Atuma is interesting in certain Atuma Destroyer control lists. Sentry, interesting for the junk or trash deck, throwing stuff to the opponent's side. Or just a good value card in destroy decks to get rid of the extra void. Typhoid Mary, again for Shuri list. Magic Cerebro 3 comes to mind. Any combo decks wanting to extend the game to increase the chance of drawing their combo card, as well as good for the She-Naught deck. Ronin, payoff for the Master Mold deck. Valkyrie, good for Cerebro 3 and just a Shang-Chi alternative that doesn't work against ongoing cards. Black Panther for those on-reveal decks. Sarah, the probably most winningest, as Marvel Snap developers would say, winningest cards in Series 3. Nimrod, great for those destroy lists, Galactus lists, the Shuri lists as well. We've got Stature. Stature is good in those only stats lists with Mars Morales, Stature, Moon Knight, Black Bolt, and we've got Jane Foster Thor, good in those Lockjaw lists. Red Skull for Shuri lists. Arnim Zola on reveal list. No, good for Galactus and also destroy lists. Galactus for Galactus lists. Doctor Doom, so versatile. Probably my next unlock in terms of the free Series 3 card unlock. Good for Patriot. Good for on-reveal lists, good in control lists. Just 15 power across 3 lands is just incredible. Getting into those hard-to-reach locations. Good in Iron Lad lists. Good in Lockjaw lists. Just good in so many different lists. Hela creates a Hela discard archetype by herself. Living Tribunal, the living meme. New card. Not worth it yet. Sometimes he's playing Hela lists, but otherwise not really seeing play. Thanos, probably my next token unlock card. As a big bad, doesn't decrease in token costs over time, so good token investment, but also creates a lot of different archetypes on his own, ranging from ongoing lists, control lists, high evo kind of lists. Yeah, big stuff, or drawing lots of cards, or zoo lists, lots of different things you can try with him. Orca used to be a bit of a meme, but has been buffed now, almost Hulk stats at baseline with a potential +5 power. Sometimes people like playing him in a fake Galactus list. We got Magneto, disrupting as well as providing base Hulk stats. Situational, sometimes very good, but sometimes base Hulk is better. Play more Hulk, guys. Agatha for farming Agatha boosters. or just, yeah, opening more season caches or whatever they're called. Alright, and then Death kind of nerfed with the wave nerf, but they reduces her cost a little bit, so now is good in destroy base list. But yeah, definitely not as much of a priority to unlock as it previously was. So yeah, Dr. Doom, I would recommend to unlock ASAP as possible, as Michael Scott would say. And that is the direction I'm going. Now that we've reached Infinite, there's no rush for me to claim this card. But yeah, those are my plans and my thoughts going forward as a free-to-play player in Marvel Snap with an almost functional Patriot list. Being able to reach Infinite with that list. Fortunately, going against a lot of different bots, and then yeah, hopefully playing with high Evo soon, and then trying to unlock Thanos in this particular location here, and getting that new Sandman bundle would be fun. I would really like to try out the Sandman list, given that I've unlocked Leader recently and will be unlocking Dr. Doom shortly. Anyway, that's enough for today. My voice is cracked, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now.